what's up you guys, this is Rob from Guy Plays, and today on Dressed to Kill, we are taking a look at my haul from the second installment of round 11 of TennoGen. Now, I do have to give you guys a disclaimer as always, because it never fails. In the comment section, there is always someone going, hey, wait, I think you forgot this skin, or oh, you left this skin out, or what happened to this skin? Honey, if it's not in the review, that means that I didn't necessarily want to pick it up, and I didn't feel like dragging anyone through the mud about it. I have a very particular aesthetic, and not everything is going to appeal to me. So I need to express that very frankly to you. I've got lists out in front of me. I go line by line down on each item, and I make sure that I picked up everything that I do think works. And for those of you guys who aren't aware, you can actually go into your inventory itself and kind of like try on different skins, and I'll actually go through each one of those skins, kind of tweak a couple of the colors around to see if it's something that I can work with, or see if it's something that's just not going to end up working for me. I do that each and every time. I need to take some time out for myself to make sure that I get all of that done, and that's why some of these reviews kind of take a little bit more effort and time to get out to you guys, because I want to make sure that if I'm gonna put my name on something, if I'm gonna say that I really do like something or leave something out, that I didn't do any of that unfairly. And also because of the fact that literally I gotta pay for these out of my own wallet, so I'm not going to buy something that I really don't stand behind. Regardless, let's go ahead and jump into all of the goodie bits, all the goodie bits, all of the great bits, all of the amazing bits, all of the sexy bits that I did manage to pick up from this round. Now we are starting things off strong with the Velenosa skin for Saren, and this one of course is by Hitsu-san. You could tell straight out of the gate, it's fucking iconic. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, one of the things that I love about this skin is that it's a bit of a departure from some of the other Saren skins that we've seen. Now, listen, I'm all about ornate and over the top, but sometimes it can be a little bit much. So this is a bit, at least in my eyes, a bit of a throwback to the Baihu skin that he did for Ash, because as you guys know, the Ash Koga skin came out at the same time, and that was just over the top ornate. There were just metallics everywhere, and it was a little bit in your face. So this is kind of like the downplayed version, because the Baihu was very, very simple, very, very classy. Same thing I feel about the Velenosa skin. It kind of takes a different turn than some of the other skins out there for Saren, because as you guys know, we are Saren skin overload left, right, and center. So this is a nice take on it for all of the people out there who don't necessarily want just like so much detail all over the place. However, the details that are here are absolutely gorgeous. The one thing that I love the most is it's almost like he's created like a blossoming flower coming out from her breast area. Legitimately, if you take a look at it, the gold metallic pieces kind of sprout out from there. It's got the little accent detailings on either side of it, and then if you take a close look at the shoulders, he's even got little petals that come out and blossom into the shoulders, so it's almost kind of like this flower blooming in that area. He always puts like the details where it matters, and that's what I really, really love, because it's never like obnoxiously in your face. It's never too over the top. However, can we talk about the details that do matter, which is this goddamn rockabilly ponytail? I'm absolutely in love with it, except for the fact that it's not really hair and it's that floppy, meaty material. Still, really, really pretty. Love the Liberty swirl that she's got going on in there as well. So for those of you guys who are a fan of that rockabilly style, love the little ribbons, all of those detailing, and don't necessarily want something that is too like over the top and too in your face, this is absolutely perfect for you. Alrighty, so while we are on the subject of Hitsu-san, we have another amazing SANDR coming from him, and as always, Hitsu-san makes me happy because he does a lot of like the back attachment stuff. He doesn't go crazy with like too much over the top, like, I don't know, long, drapey, crazy things that like drag on the floor. Never been a big fan of that, and we don't have any of the meaty jellies, which, as you guys know, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing left, right, and center. There's always meaty jellies all over the place, and I'm like, I don't want carne asada dangling from my back, thank you. But as you can see here, we have another awesome back attachment, which is the Corona SANDR. As you can see here, it's almost, it kind of like reflects some of that Saren-esque feeling to it, because it almost looks like little leaves or little petals are coming off of the back of it. I love the fact that this isn't just like a solid bar, it's got some nice texture to it, and a part of it is metallic as well. The only thing that I do need to point out, and you know, I love Hitsu-san, but I gotta call a spade a spade. The energy coloring is a little bit off right now. I think it's something that DE is gonna have to work with, because if you look at the gas that's being emitted from it, number one, it's very clear that the color that I've used is green. However, it's coming out kind of blue, which is not quite there. And as you can see, if I put an orange tone in there, putting in that orange tone, some reason it comes out a bit green. I know that they're fixing it. We were in the stream earlier, a little bit earlier, with some of the other team members from DE's stuff, and they noticed it, so they're probably working on it. As you can see, I put a red in here, and as you guys know, red cancels out some of that greeniness, and we almost don't even see the vapors at all. Regardless, I'm sure, as always, DE will be on top of it. We'll get it taken care of. But I love it. For all of those of you out there who just cannot stand all of the crazy back attachments or the crazy, like, over the top too much Cyandanas, this is a perfect addition. It's just a nice, it's just like a nice attachment. And the thing that I love the most is you can kind of see it from the front. It's the same thing that I love from the Officium, because you guys kind of get that little circular rotation from the back. It's very, very similar to what we have over here. And speaking of that Officium Cyandana, Frellinghasmon has come through with the Excalibur Cobra skin that works absolutely amazing with it. As you guys know, have been waiting. I have been waiting for a Corpus skin. You guys know that I love the Corpus aesthetic, and I think that he captured it perfectly in this skin. Look at he's got the booty, like, he's got the booty ripples, you know what I mean? When he's got like tight pants on, it's like tugging a little bit on the fabric. You can see, listen, we know it's flat. We know it's flat. It's a pancake booty straight out of the gate. But at least we can create that illusion, right? One of the things that I absolutely love about the skin, and it kind of reminds me of a Saren skin that I think is going to be coming up at some point, is that we have these thigh-high metallic boots. And I am all about that. I love that the gloves are metallic. I love that the boots are metallic. I'm super, super gagging all over that helmet. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's a couple metallics here I do need to give a little bit of a warning. Number one, the secondary is actually the main metallic. Keep that in mind. And then the accent is the second metallic that's on there. However, the second metallic isn't metallic through everything. There are some matte pieces like on the shoulders right there. That is definitely one of the accents, but as you can see right here, it kind of like affects a lot of that stuff. So I do want to point that out for you guys, for anybody who is doing some customizing on this. Be aware that you're gonna have to flip-flop a couple things. Regardless, I think we're talking about it because there's certain stances that make this skin look a little juicy, if you know what I mean, look a little thick, maybe even Food Baby-esque. So be very, very careful about your coloring on this one and which stances that you choose for it. But regardless, you know I'm a big fan of the metallics, and I'm a big fan of Corpus, so putting it together is making Rob very, very happy. One of the other details that I do want to point out that just makes me really, really happy with the skin is the little ear grates. I love the fact that it's not just a circle of energy. He actually went through and took the time to kind of detail out these little grates that are coming through it. I absolutely, absolutely freaking love this. It looks goddamn fantastic. And look at the way the Officium sits on the circular portion in the back. It's like all coming together. I'm hot for this one. However, I do need to kind of like point out to you guys, definitely play around with the different animations for this, and also play around with the different placements for metallics. Keep that in mind. There are some that I'm actually really, really fond of. Like, I love the Harrow Noble one because it just makes him look all serious and stuff. I'm kind of like really into that. And you'll never hear me say this again, but Ash Noble, like, they all look very corpusy, and I'm like, ooh. I'm like, sir, I love a man in uniform. Regardless, go ahead, check this one out. If you're a fan of the Corpus aesthetic, this is definitely going to be a must-have for you. So from Hitsusan to Frellinghasmon, we have another name that has been in this game for such a super long time, and he threw down. Reiku was like, listen, y'all have been harassing me for way too long to put metallics on my goddamn skin, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna give you one metallic. I'm not gonna give you two metallics. Yes, I'm going to give you 3 friggin' goddamn metallics, and he done did it on the Trinity Knight S skin. Literally, he fucking, okay, if I'm gonna be straight honest with you, I did not think that I was going to pick up the skin. I did not think that this is a skin that I was going to give a shit about. I was like, I don't know. Maybe Reiku might have fallen off on this one. Don't really like it all that much. It's Trinity. Like, what can you do with Trinity? It's not going to be that dope. But legit, freaking legit, when he came through with the metal plating armor for Trinity, I was like, what is your life right now? Look at the faceting. Look at the faceting on the jelly booty. Listen, I understand. Not everybody's gonna like the jelly booty. Not everybody's gonna like the jelly booty, but the faceting on that is fucking fantastic. I even kind of hooked her up a little bit with some Wonder Woman colors. Did you notice that? Like a little Wonder Woman inspo right now, because that is what this is giving me. It's just like full body metallic look. I'm in love with the helmet. I like the helmet a lot more than I thought I would. Just let you know, we're not going to toggle on prime details for this one. Don't do it. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to have an emotional reaction. It won't be a great one. But the skin on its own, whoo, she looks like a fighter. This is for all of those builds that are like the invincible Trinity builds that run around with long duration blessings and like have all of that damage reduction. That's what this is for. She's coming for you, and she looks damn good doing it. So, you know, when you harass Reiku and you tell him metallics, 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 we'd like to see metallics on the Titania skin. We'd like to see metallics on the Wukong skin. Why aren't there any metallics? He said, shut up and watch me give you metallics right up the ass. And that's exactly what he did, and I like it. I like it a lot. Moving along from metallics, we take on something completely different with the Oberon Wendigo skin, and this one is by Volbjorn, the Graphical Walrus. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, that is the perfect name to describe the skin. Well, not the walrus bit, but the graphical bit, because I'm going to be completely honest with you. This thing is not my wheelhouse. I don't play around with organic things. I usually like things a little bit more polished up. I like my metallics. I like all of that kind of stuff. But like, you know, when we get down into kind of like scaly, like, I don't know, it's not my best friend. However, when I saw them have the customizations that they did on this, I was like sold. I was like done. I was like, let's do it. Let's make it happen, because legitimately, the amount of customization that you could do on this is absurd. It is so freaking fantastic. And the great thing about it is you can match together a lot of different colors that you wouldn't really think of putting on the same frame, and it kind of all just works and jives well together. You know what I mean? I even like that. That's not a color that I would ever match with this kind of stuff. I think it looks fantastic. And the way that they've kind of mapped everything out, I'm like, oh my god. This person knows how to do color mapping, and I live. So a part of me is very much like, oh my god, let's play around with this. And I had so much fun customizing this skin. It just did it for me. And to be completely honest with you, it's again not a style that I normally like, and I'm using colors that I wouldn't normally use. I would actually use some like brighter, crazier colors with this, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you guys like your organic things, definitely take a look at this. However, I do need to point out one thing. As well, two things technically, as you can see, one on each shoulder. Now, this has happened before. This is currently the state of the Hydroid skin, the Hydroid Poseidon skin, but when you put it on a prime, you can't actually get rid of the attachments. Now, what I'm kind of crossing my fingers is they make it so that we can use the original Oberon shoulder pieces on this, because that's really, really what I love. For those of you guys who don't know, the original Oberon shoulder pieces is they're kind of like these woody, almost kind of like horny bits. So they look like horns, like spiraling horns around their shoulders. And it would look so amazing with this. To be completely honest with you, that's almost what sold me on this, mainly because of the fact that you've got the cool helmet that's going on, and then you get the kind of like horny spindly bits from the original Oberon armor that looks fantastic. However, because of the fact that primes are a little bit more polished up, they're a little bit prettied up, we end up getting these shoulder pieces that don't really quite fit in with the look of the Wendigo skin, which is really, really heartbreaking. I did try out a bunch of different armors, and the thing about it is, armor doesn't work quite too well on this, mainly because of the fact that it is an organic skin, and many of the armors that are out there that look nice are like metallic or structural. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily that same bio feeling. There are some infested bits that you could put on. However, I don't really like too many of the infested armor pieces, so that's kind of at a loss for me. I'm just crossing my fingers that DE gets around to be allowing us to equip different shoulder pieces so that we can make the most of this gorgeous, like, just horny skin. Doesn't it just make you, you know, it just gets you in that. Alright, so we have arrived at what many of you guys have been waiting for, which is, of course, the Harrow Grack skin by Faven_PS, and I don't really think that there's much that I need to say about it. Do I need to remark on anything, or do I just let it speak for itself? Because legitimately, this thing is fucking fantastic, and there are things that I love, very small details that I love about this. We'll get to that in a second. But one of them being, look, when you jiggle it, the helmet has cloth textures on there. What? I am gagging. It looks so good. I also love this ribbon detail that is coming down from the top. That's absolutely fantastic as well. I love these things down at the bottom. It's not even something that I really noticed when we were taking a look at the skin originally, but it's absolutely fantastic. We have multiple ribbons coming down from the front of this, as well as a Clem face. We have a Clem face on his crotch. First we had the owl face, now we have the Clem face. Listen, there's like double faces going on over there. One of the little details that I absolutely love too here is the gradient that's actually coming up from the back. A lot of people like miss some of these details, but Faven really incorporates a lot of these things when you're not really looking, but you can kind of see how it's a little bit stained, and because of the fact that I used red in there, it almost looks like this blood smear kind of going up. Absolutely love this skin. It looks freaking fantastic. And the one thing that I also did want to kind of point out about this is this totally works well with any of the scythes out there. I think it's totally a good pairing. It's almost like a Reaper, and it's kind of a sexy Reaper because if you look, he's got his little leg out. He's showing a little leg for all you people out there who's really into that. I feel like this is going to be like a short commentary, mainly because of the fact that legitimately there's not much to say about this skin other than the fact that it's freaking gorgeous and well detailed, just like all of the other Grack skins. Listen, I don't need to sell you on this one. Y'all already bought it, and you know you did. And finally, we arrive at what I consider to be the most polarizing skin of the bunch, the Octavia Divas skin by Lucchino. Now, as you can see, I have chosen to feature it, which means that I like it. However, I'm going to start off with some, like, vicious negatives about it. And really, there's only two. There's only two, and they're dangling off of the back of their helmet. Legitimately, for me, it's the most atrocious thing that I've ever featured on my channel, as like, you know, as I've chosen to feature it because I think the skin is good. And that's the one thing that I need to like stress here. I think the skin is fantastic. I just think that there's something that's ruining this skin. And straight out of the gate, I had feelings out of it because we had on like this like light blue energy when it first came out, and the first thing that I noticed was the gradation. And Lucchino has been amazing with their gradients, amazing. I had even said it in the SANDR video, loved it, and I love the fact that the helmet has these like really intricate energy lines that go from really bright spots and fade into darker energy lines. I gagged. I was like, wow, that is amazing detailing. It is too bad it is attached to these ridiculously disgusting looking pigtails. The energy effect is fine. It's fine. The energy effect is fine, but it didn't necessarily need to be on this helmet. We already have a Warframe that has tons of energy effects, so you can either cut the energy effect, or you could have carried through the disc energy effect, right? We didn't need these weak pigtails, and I can already hear it in the comment section. Okay? Everybody's like, oh, but it's Hatsune Miku, it's Vocaloids. Bitch, I don't know what any of that is, and I don't really give a shit about any of that. To be completely honest with you, whatever it is needs to return to whatever place it came from and leave this gorgeous skin alone and not have any ridiculous pigtails on it, okay? Just being frank, that's my opinion. This is the one thing that I need to stress to you guys. I've been torn. I've literally been torn, and it frustrated me so much because the skin is so good, but the pigtails are so obtrusive. It's like a crime to me. You know how I always say, listen, I don't like to tacky things up? The pigtails are tacky AF. But we're gonna get to the good stuff now because there is so much good stuff about the skin that it absolutely drives me mad. So I chose to ignore the pigtails like I chose to ignore Trump. And legitimately, I put that out of my mind. I was like, you do not exist. You do not matter. You are not a part of my life. And I started looking at just the texture of the skin. It's like this silky, satiny kind of texture. It's not too reflective. It's not reflective in any way, shape, or form. I started looking at the gradients. The gradients were absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually going to just kind of fuck around with it just a little bit here with you. Look at the way that it takes those gradients. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, if you look at just the way that they've done the shading on the skin, it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. I loved it. The energy colors are fantastic. The way that the energy kind of sets into the skin, it just makes you go, woo! This person knows what they are doing. It is amazing. They look great. And then you are distracted by the ridiculous pigtails up top. And I'm like, no! What happened? What happened with this? Why didn't they have good friends enough to tell them, don't do that, it's in bad taste? But listen. I'm gonna rein it in a little bit because I'm feeling very passionate about the skin right now. And there's gonna be people out there that do absolutely love the pigtails. They're like, oh, it's like Sailor Moon-y, it's so cute. Great for you. Y'all won today. Y'all enjoy your win. I'm not enjoying your win very much. I'm not up for it. Metallic placements are also quite good too. If you want to go like bold with this, maybe rein the energy colors in a little bit and go bold with the metallics. Metallics are done well as well, and I think that's the reason why I'm so frustrated with the pigtails, because the rest of the skin is just so like life-alteringly gorgeous. So I'm just trying to like ignore the one flaw. You know how it is when you like get with somebody and they're perfect in every way, shape, or form, but they're like constant spitters. Like they're always hawking loogies left, right, and center. Like I just don't see it. I don't see it. It's not a part of their, or maybe they have one of those friends that's just really, really irritating and you're like, I'm gonna pretend they don't exist. I love you. I'm trying to separate you from the thing that annoys me. And that's kind of where it is. And I don't want to even hear this in the comment section. Well, you could always make the energy colors black so that you don't have to see them. Bitch, do you not see the gorgeousness of these energy detailings? I don't want to lose that. I want to lose the crazy, ridiculous pigtails. But that's just me. That is just my opinion. Again, like I've said, the merit of this skin on its own. The merit of the skin, the merit of the blending, the merit of the energy effects, the merit of the shading that they've done, the amount of work that they've put into it. It's a gorgeous skin. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous skin. And I think that they did a great job with it, except for two glaring issues that we have up there. Now, also, along with the skin, you can also pick up the polearm skin that goes along with it, which I'm not really sure what the name is. Is it just the Diva? Yeah. And basically, it's basically a mic stand. It's basically a mic stand, so you can kind of look at it right there. Are you noticing? I didn't notice that they kind of like turn along with us now. That's kind of interesting. But basically, it's a mic with an axe on it. Me personally, I don't necessarily think it's as good as like the main skin. I don't think it's bad either. I think that if you get one skin, you get the other so that they're together and that they're matching and they're beautiful and they're gorgeous together. I say big thumbs up for that. It's not, you know, for me, it's like weapon skins aren't necessary. They have to be like mind-blowing for me to really go gaga over them. And this is go gaga, get it? Because it's a mic lady, you know what I'm saying. I think it's a cool concept and I think it works well with the Octavia Diva theme. Me personally, you know, I don't necessarily have to have it, but it's a nice bonus to pick up if you are a fan of the skin. So that about does it for me for now. Those are all of the things that I felt were worth talking about. Again, and I need to clarify this because I feel like there are going to be some people that are going to come for me in the comment section. I like the skin. I like the skin a lot. I'm just bothered. That's all. Okay? I do love it. I love there's so many good things to talk about with it that it's just like I need to like cover my eyes when it comes to the back parts of the helmet. And for those wondering, when you do the helmet, when you do change up the helmet, it does not quite fit with the original. It just doesn't. So there's really no way out, to be completely honest with you. There's no way out. You're kind of trapped into using that helmet no matter what. But that about does it for my review. Hopefully, you guys have not revolted in anime anger. Have been like, God damn it! Respect my Hatsune Miku! And I'm like, I don't know who that is to respect. Regardless, that about does it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What was your favorite skin of the bunch? Which one are you really enjoying? Are you absolutely feeling the simplicity and the classicness of the Seren Velenosa skin? Are you feeling that Excalibur, the Excalibur Cobra skin? Because I'm really liking the theme for the Corpus, because we don't get enough Corpus love as it is. And did y'all gag when y'all saw the Harrow Gracks? Are you rocking the Harrow Gracks right now? Because I bet you are. Okay, that about does it for me for now. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. And cut those ponytails too, alright? I'll see you later. Bye-bye!